In a world where luxury SUVs are no longer just vehicles but symbols of power, identity, and presence, two machines rise above the noise and force the world to pay attention. On one side stands the commanding force of German engineering, the Mercedes-Maybach GLS in its imagined 800 form. On the other, the quiet yet formidable precision of Japan, the Lexus LX redefined as the LX 800. This is not just a comparison. This is a clash of philosophies, a collision between dominance and discipline, between declaration and silence. The moment the Maybach GLS 800 enters the scene, something shifts. It doesn't arrive like a machine, it emerges like a presence. The kind that changes the atmosphere before a single word is spoken, wrapped in a deep, almost unreal matte black finish. It absorbs light instead of reflecting it, as if it exists outside the rules of the physical world. This is not design in the traditional sense. This is sculpture, intentional, calculated, and unapologetically bold. The front grille rises like a monument, its vertical chrome elements resembling cathedral pillars, imposing yet refined. Every curve, every surface, every line feels deliberate, as if engineered not just to be seen, but to be felt. The proportions are vast, yet perfectly controlled. Massive wheels sit confidently within sculpted arches, giving the SUV a stance that feels grounded yet dominant from the side. It carries the elegance of a luxury yacht cutting through still water. At the rear, the design tapers with precision, hinting at performance without ever needing to shout. Nothing feels excessive, yet everything feels powerful. This is what happens when luxury stops trying to impress and simply assumes it already has. Step inside, and the outside world disappears entirely. The cabin of the Maybach GLS 800 is not an interior, it is an experience. Soft, quilted leather surrounds you, crafted with an attention to detail that borders on obsession. Every stitch feels intentional, every surface designed to communicate comfort and control. The rear seats are less like seats and more like private suites, reclining into a position that transforms travel into indulgence. Ambient lighting flows throughout the cabin, shifting moods with subtle elegance, turning the interior into a sanctuary of calm and authority. Technology integrates seamlessly into this environment. Screens are not just displays, they are extensions of the experience. The sound system doesn't simply play music, it surrounds you, creating an atmosphere so immersive it feels architectural. Every note resonates with clarity, every frequency tuned to perfection. In this space, you are not just a passenger, you are the center of a carefully crafted universe. And then it moves. Beneath this refined exterior lies immense power, an estimated 800 horsepower engineered not for chaos but for control. Acceleration is not aggressive, it is inevitable. The vehicle doesn't surge forward, it glides, as if the road itself is pulling it ahead. Despite its size, it carries itself with an elegance that defies logic. Steering is precise, suspension perfectly balanced, and the entire experience feels less like driving and more like commanding motion itself. This is not about speed, this is about authority. But just when it seems like the Maybach stands alone, another presence enters the conversation, quiet, composed, and equally confident. The Lexus LX 800 does not arrive with drama, it doesn't need to. Where the Maybach commands attention, the Lexus approach is different. It invites observation through restraint. The LX 800 presents itself in a glossy black finish that reflects the world around it like a mirror, constantly shifting, constantly evolving. Its design is precise, almost mathematical. Every line serves a purpose. Nothing is exaggerated, nothing is unnecessary. The spindle grille, refined and matured, sits confidently at the front, flanked by sharp, focused headlights that feel less like design elements and more like expressions of intent. The proportions are balanced, grounded, and purposeful. This is a vehicle that doesn't try to dominate the road, it understands it. From every angle, the LX 800 communicates discipline. It is not trying to prove anything. It simply exists, confident in its identity. Inside, the contrast becomes even clearer. Where the Maybach overwhelms with opulence, the Lexus soothes with serenity. The cabin feels calm, almost meditative. Materials are soft, textures refined, and every element is placed with precision. The lighting is subtle, the technology intuitive, and the overall atmosphere is one of quiet control. Dual displays blend seamlessly into the dashboard, offering functionality without distraction. Controls are tactile, satisfying, and thoughtfully designed. Even the smallest details like the feel of a dial or the sound of a button have been engineered with care. This is craftsmanship at its purest form. Then comes the performance. Under the hood, the LX 800 delivers immense power through a hybrid system, combining efficiency with performance in a way that feels effortless. Acceleration is smooth, consistent, and refined. There is no drama, no sudden surge, just as seamless. flow of motion, it reaches high speeds with ease, yet never loses its composure. The driving experience is where the Lexus truly shines. Adaptive suspension reads the road ahead, adjusting in real time to ensure maximum comfort and control. Whether cruising on highways or navigating rough terrain, the LX80 remains composed, stable, and confident. It doesn't react to the road, it anticipates it. Silence plays a key role in this experience. Lexus engineers have refined the cabin to eliminate unwanted noise, creating an environment where only the most essential sounds remain. The result is a driving experience that feels almost meditative. You are not overwhelmed, you are centered. And this is where the real difference between these two machines becomes clear. The Maybach GLS 800 is about presence. It is about making a statement, about commanding attention without asking for it. It is bold, expressive, and unapologetically dominant. It doesn't seek approval, it assumes it. The Lexus LX 800, on the other hand, is about discipline. It is about refinement, precision, and quiet confidence. It doesn't demand attention, it earns respect. Both are extraordinary. Both represent the peak of what their respective philosophies can achieve, but they speak to different kinds of individuals. One chooses the Maybach not just to travel, but to be seen, to be felt, to exist at the center of attention. The other chooses the Lexus not to stand out, but to rise above, to experience luxury in its most refined, controlled form. So which one wins? That depends entirely on what you value. If luxury, to you, is about presence, power, and the ability to command every room you enter, then the Maybach stands unmatched. It is not just a vehicle, it is a statement of dominance. But if luxury is about balance, precision, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you don't need to prove anything, then the Lexus offers something equally powerful, something deeper. In the end, this isn't a battle with a clear winner. It's a reflection of two worlds, two mindsets, two interpretations of what it means to reach the top. One declares itself king. The other never needed a crown to begin with.